What we're hoping that you get from the session today is that you become familiar with the ICC 500 requirements for storm shelter construction. These are not masonry specific. They apply to all materials that would be used in storm shelter construction. We want you to understand both the wind speed and the missile testing criteria that's necessary to comply with the IBC 2015 and the ICC 500 requirements for tornado sheltering. So we're going to be focusing on tornado sheltering today, not hurricane, for example. We want you to gain an understanding of the masonry options that are available for tornado shelter design and construction, and become familiar with the impact of the ICC 500 wind loads on building layout, design, and detailing. I know we've tossed some terms in there, ICC 500 particularly. We'll explain that as we go through. I am not here to talk about the EF scale and the wind speed in tornado scales. I'm sure you probably can't read those little tiny white phrases on the right-hand side, but basically this is the damage indicators that are shown throughout the intensity of different wind events in tornadoes. What we're trying to do with the sheltering, obviously, is mitigate the damage and provide safety for people in windstorms, primarily today talking about tornadoes. The FEMA P361, and I apologize, we're going to be talking a lot about different little code language here today. Stop me if you don't understand, or put one in the question and answer box. But the FEMA P361 document provides guidance, and that's important. It's guidance for safe room design. This document has been around at least since 2000, maybe a little ahead of time. Before that, it's talking about safe rooms for tornadoes and hurricanes. It covers both. When you're talking about tornado sheltering, make sure you focus on the tornado requirements in there. It's an excellent document. There's not been a single reported failure of a safe room constructed to the FEMA criteria in that. That's a pretty powerful statement, and a great basis for the design and engineering for safe rooms or shelters, as is referred to in the ICC 500. We're going to talk today about the 2014 edition. Now, the ICC 500 is the International Code Council standard. This is a code document for storm shelter design and construction. It's adopted by reference in the IBC. So in the 2015 edition of the International Building Code, the IBC, there is a requirement for sheltering that meets this ICC 500 2014 requirement. There was a 2008 edition of this, which is talked about in previous IBC editions, but it wasn't mandatory. It said something along the lines of, if you're going to do sheltering, then you should, and I'm paraphrasing, use the ICC 500 document. In 2015, it says you will do sheltering in these conditions, which we'll talk about today, and you will use the ICC 500 2014. Now, why two documents here, and how do they relate? The FEMA document, as I mentioned, is excellent, and you'll see up there the word guidance. That's important. It is a fairly lengthy document. It provides a lot of additional, almost commentary if you're familiar with code. It provides examples. It shows some best practices. It is not written in a format that could be adopted by a code, hence the ICC 500. It is written in mandatory language. You shall do this, you shall do that. And so I kind of look at these documents as the ICC 500 is the code requirements. The FEMA P361 is almost commentary or extra documents, so I recommend you use them both when you're working on sheltering.